Alright, how are we doing? Short hike today. I mainly want to talk about myself. So I'm walking up above Ringinglow. I'm going to visit Oxstones onto Ringinglow Tree Point, and just a general little steadying really. But yeah, I want to talk about myself. Bit time this goes out. I'm gonna release this on my 40th birthday. I'm gonna hit the big 40, which seems bizarre, if I'm honest with you. 4 decades. Seems like a long time, but it also doesn't seem like a great deal of time neither, if I'm honest with you. Slightly boggy today and not brilliant weather, but that don't put us off, does it? Oh dear me. I don't really know what to say now. Over the last few years, certainly the last 18 months, I've been going through not a crisis, not a midlife crisis, but I've certainly been considering things a bit deeper, how my actions will knock onto my children, and what what decisions I take that could affect them. And I reflect some of that in my own parents, if I'm honest with you. My mother were this matriarchal figure, really held family together. Sadly passed away 2014. My dad died a good number of years before that, and I didn't particularly get on with my dad. I loved him and whatnot, but we didn't see eye to eye a lot. And I think both of them taught me like such valuable lessons, and I've been kind of reflecting on that this past 18 months, about how I could have a similar impact on my children, kind of without the, not getting on. I don't know whether that makes a great deal of sense to some people, or if other people can relate with that. But it's certainly a conundrum that I don't think I've solved. I try and do a lot of stuff with them, and I try and be respectful to their wishes, but I also I have to accept that I am their protector and their provider, and in certain situations I have to be dad rather than a mate, and it's not easy juggling an 11 and a 6-year-old, as I'm sure a lot, countless people before me have undertook that kind of role, and ones that are probably a lot harder. So it's just been a mass learning curve. Obviously, been a parent about 12 years now, just going on 12 years, and still feel like a novice at it, if I'm honest. Just coming up on the Oxstones now. Got a nice memory of this place. Me and our Oliver had a wild camp here, one of his first wild camps. There we go, lovely rock formation, northern Sheffield. We'll see who tore it back. I'll spin camera around in a moment. I think that's probably been purpose of my YouTube channel and me, to document memories. It's kind of evolved a little bit. It's kind of a little bit of a project. I'm learning to edit videos, and different techniques that I can use to make videos more interesting and things like that. But the ultimate two ultimate goals are what I actually started the channel for. Were one as a motivating factor to get me out and help me get moving, lose a bit of weight, get a bit fitter. I've got an hereditary heart condition that, well, I believe it's hereditary anyway, from what other members of family have discovered. And then to document what I did, you know, with the kids or on my own, so I can look back in a number of years' time and think, did alright there, didn't we? Weren't bad that. So yeah, so this place is nice, got a good memory for me. We're gonna head over to that next rock formation just on from the Ox Stones. Yeah, I remember this route being treacherously boggy to say this is like the path. But there are some decent bits and we'll get through it. So we're thinking about actually being 40. And you know, there's so many people that don't get opportunity to be 40. And now we're thinking, like, what's the goal? What's the aim? You know, would I be happy with 80? You know, if I stayed in some kind of reasonable health and had some kind of reasonable quality of life, would I be happy with 80? You know, if I could make a deal now, you know, if you could cut a deal with whoever, say, look, you're definitely going to get to 80, but upon your 80th, you're done. Would you take it? I don't know answer, because the thing is, 80 seems pretty old. But is it? You know, these first 40 years, especially since being a parent, I've just skipped past. And will next 40, if you know, if I am lucky enough to get another 40, will they go as quick? Will it be like it was? Obviously, there's no way to tell. There's no way of knowing. But it's an interesting question that I've not pondered for too long. You know, I kind of try and not, certainly, I kind of not try and worry about such things that are out of my control. You know, at the end of the day, we've all got an expiry date on us, and whether you believe that's predetermined or not, we have. None of us are immortal, sadly. Oh, so let's have a sit down for a minute. Oh. There we go. Like a very shallow cave. Nice day today, Jay. Pretty quiet. A lot of reflection time. I'm also very proud of my Stocksbridge and Sheffield heritage. You know, I'm very proud that where I grew up. I love the local community. And I love this city. I love Yorkshire. I think we've got generally a fantastic community of people, you know, locally, citywide and countywide. And I don't really know why that is. I don't know why it seems so great. But it does. and what else can I say? What, you know? And then we've got this on us, more or less on us doorstep. Epic. "40 years, 4 decades. Oh, I don't even know what to think about it. I'm not like sad. I know it may, when we watch this footage back, it may come across like I'm sad. I find it bizarre, you know. Very proud of myself when I completed the Ethel challenge. You know, that was something that I certainly thought I couldn't do. Thought I would never see it out, would never complete it, but kind of got a bit of an addiction. You know, I wanted to go and do more, and it were a good motivating tool. You know, and it obviously helped me get a lot fitter and a fair little bit healthier as well. I do miss it a little. You know, I'm doing them again. I'm trying different routes and going different ways and stuff, but it's certainly, I've never recaptured that desire to kind of bosh them out like I did the first time. But I think there's positives and negatives to that. I mean, I certainly missed a hell of a lot of stuff around them, where the Ethels are, because I were in such a rush to complete them. And that's a good thing. We're going back over them. I'm plotting routes for longer walks, factoring in things local to them. So I'm happy with that. You know, I'm not too sad that kind of turned out how it did. I've had quite a bit of loss in my life as well. You know, to say, you know, I'm only 40. I know there'll be a lot of people a lot worse off than I am, but you know, lost all my grandparents, lost both my parents, lost my brother. And my real motivating factor is my children, you know, and my partner, and you know, like her family, and they've all been fantastic. And things could be a lot worse, you know. You know, as I go to the wrong side of 40 now, I think things could be a lot worse. Yeah, definitely. I'm try and see positives in what we've done as a race and what I've done as an individual. When we camped here, a little mouse come out of this little cranny here, and I filmed it while I were eating my breakfast. It were pretty magical. I'm gonna walk on to Trig Point, get a bit more fresh air, probably talk a little bit more rubbish to you. Yeah, there's a lot to think about, and I'm happy. You know, I'm happy. My 40th birthday. Right, come on. We got a great view from up here. So behind me, there, that's Higator. And if we look across this way, all of the Steel City. See all the northern part of the city behind me. Good old Sheffield. Go on, Sheffield. Let's just get onto this highest point here. Just have to mind this gap. We don't want to go down there. There we go. Straight up here. And if we have a look across, we can see across to Oxstones and across to Trig Point. You kind of get an idea of how muddy it is from up here. How bad that path is to walk on. But right, let's try and get down. Oh, there we go. Easy now, back on solid ground. Not that rock weren't solid, but you know what I mean. Oh dear. So what am I getting for my birthday? I don't know. It's all surprises. I know I've been told by mother-in-law I've got a gift, and my sister gave me a hefty financial sum, but she gave me that a few months ago, or maybe a month ago, because I did some stuff for her, and she said, look, just keep the payment. I don't really know what my partner's got me. Well, I've had to try a shirt on with my eyes closed because she's worried I might not fit in it. So I know I've got some kind of garment, and knowing it'll be very well picked. She has a very keen eye for fashion, certainly much better than I do. And just, you know, a weekend off work, which this time of year is very unique in my industry. Full weekend off, so I'm happy about that. We're going out for some meal to a steak, some kind of steak place, which I'm happy about. And then we've got England's quarter-final clash with France. Anyway, I don't want to turn this into a football podcast, but yeah, I am passionate. Again, that's another love I have. I have a love of this country, and I don't think we should. I don't think we should shy away from that. You know, it's national passion is a big thing. So we just bypassed Oxstones again. There they are. I'm going to walk onto Trig Point. You've got Oxstones Trig Point. I thought it was considered ringing law Trig Point, but apparently there is another ringing law Trig Point, so I don't actually know what this one's called. I'm not really sure, if I'm honest with you. It's a Trig Point, and it's near ringing law, and it's near Oxstones. So that'll do for me. So much different video today than what I normally produce. Much kind of shorter walk than I tend to aim for, but it's been good to talk, you know, even though I'm talking to a screen rather than to a person, which to a lot of people, certainly people who don't watch YouTube or don't create content on YouTube, may seem strange, but somewhat rewarding. As I say, I don't think this will be a particularly popular video, not that I get thousands of hits on any of my videos anyway, but it's been nice. It's been a it's been for me, you know. I've enjoyed doing it, and I wanted to do it, and I possibly needed to do it, I suppose, depending on which angle you look at it from. So, you know, I'm happy. The big 4-0. So if you see me kicking about, I'm now, maybe not an OAP, but I'm certainly middle-aged now. I'm not one of young'uns anymore. Definitely not one of young'uns anymore. So, yeah. I'm alright. I'm happy. Quite happy that I made it to 40. You know what, obviously I had a bit of an health scare 2016, again 2020, and I think that kind of stuff is, you know, mixed with kids and mixed with getting towards, you know, being a bit older. I think that kind of, you know, wakes you up, and I'm ever so grateful for opportunity to get out walking in all these fantastic places. So thanks for watching. I know it's been a strange video. Anyone who has persevered with it, thanks for getting to this point. Thanks to everyone who's wished me well for my birthday, and hopefully it's to at least another 40, another 4 decades at least, hopefully. I'm praying anyway. Ladies team.